Should you self-manage your own rental properties? In this video, I'm gonna go through and help you answer this question for yourself. And if the answer is yes, I'm gonna go through some processes, tips, and tricks to make management of your properties much easier and much more efficient. Let's dive in. Welcome back. I'm Kirby Atwell, and this is Living Off Rentals, where we believe high quality rental properties are the absolute best investment a person can make. And lately, I've been feeling like short-term rentals are actually the best investment a person can make, but I'm trying not to be biased. We welcome all rental properties. We're very inclusive here at Living Off Rentals. All rental properties are welcome, but I do love short-term rentals. So if you believe this as well and you're thinking about potentially self-managing your rental properties, you are in the right place. There's a lot of controversy or a lot of argument within the rental property space around whether it makes sense to self-manage your own property. Some people think that's the biggest waste of time and it's only for mom and pop investors, and once you get sophisticated, then you're gonna outsource all the management. Other people say you are absolutely insane to give away 10% of your gross income to something that can easily be done yourself. Interestingly, if you look at it, there's not just one sector of rental property owners who self-manages. It's not just mom and pop. There's mom and pop investors, there's medium-sized investors who own, maybe 10, 20 rentals, and they manage it themselves very effectively. And there's also large multifamily owners who eventually will, maybe they've outsourced the management in the past, but they'll look at their P&L and they'll see that line item for management and they'll about have a heart attack because of how much they're paying to their property manager, and they realize they could insource what they've been outsourcing. They could create their own property management service, or they could acquire a property manager and do it much more cost effectively and much more efficiently. So there could definitely be a lot of use cases for self-management. Property management itself gets this rap as being the most time-consuming and least sexy and least profitable aspect of the whole rental property investing process. But you can be really good at finding deals and buying them right and rehabbing them and stabilizing them, and then you hand them off to a crappy property manager and they take everything you built and it falls apart and it's the most costly thing that's ever happened. Ask me how I know. Not to dredge up painful experiences or anything. So if you do decide that self-management makes sense for you, then the most important thing is to treat it as a business and have a system around the three main components of property management. So what are the three main components? Number one, it's the front side stuff. It's the marketing for tenants, coordinating with tenants, showing the property, screening tenants, and selecting a really great tenant that's super important. Number two, it's all the admin stuff. So there's a ton of admin stuff that goes into property management. It's signing the lease, it's collecting the rents, it's keeping track of the books, filling out all the voucher paperwork if you have voucher tenants, coordinating and filling out all the city requirements. It's sending out notifications to tenants. So there's a ton of admin stuff that's important as well. And then the third really important component is all of the maintenance, the turnover, and the cleaning of the property. So if you're going to outsource property management to a property manager, all three of these things are typically what they do for the 8 to 10% of the gross income that you're gonna pay them. So in my opinion, the best way to manage these three main components is through leveraging technology and utilizing a property management software. And there's some really great ones out there that are super sophisticated, like Buildium or Yardi or AppFolio, but these all cost quite a bit of money. So if you're just getting started, I always recommend people check out Cozy.co, and I'm not an affiliate, I'm not getting paid to recommend this, but it's a free platform that I've used for my properties in the past, and they were just bought by Apartments.com recently within the last year, and it's an excellent software that allows you to basically automate a lot of these three main components. For more information on how Cozy works, you can check out this video that I recorded just a few months ago, and it walks you through all the components of the Cozy platform. So the first component, the marketing of the property and the tenant selection. So what a property management system like Cozy or another one does is it allows you to put in the property information itself, and then it syndicates that information and it pushes it out to other platforms where people would be searching for a rental property. So Cozy's owned by Apartments.com, so it's gonna be on Apartments.com. It's also gonna be on Zillow, it's gonna be on Trulia, it's gonna be on Redfin, all these places where potential tenants search. And then once they like your property, you can send them through the system a link to the application. They can fill out the application, pay the application fee, and if you like a potential candidate, then you can run a background check automatically through the system on that candidate. If they pass all the background check and the screening, then you can electronically send them a lease. They can sign it electronically and send it back to you, and it's all in the system. So it takes out so much manual work. You might still have to show up to that property and hold an open house for the potential tenants, but all of the other moving pieces are handled within the property management software. Component number 2 is all the admin stuff. And the admin stuff can become super overwhelming and super time consuming if you don't have a great system around it. But the great thing about admin stuff is that it's the easiest part to systematize and handle electronically within the property management system. So examples of admin tasks that you can do within a property software like Cozy is you can upload that lease, and then you can fill in the terms of the lease and set up reminders for your tenant on when the rent's due. So they can get an email 2 days before the rent's due saying, hey, reminder, your rent's due in 2 days. And then you can automatically do things like assess late fees within the system if the rent's not paid by 5 days after it was due. You can also keep the books within the system, so you can track all the expenses and all the revenue that comes in on specific properties, and you can set up reminders for yourself on things like, you know, you're 60 days out from a lease renewal, so you need to reach out to that tenant and find out what their intentions are to renew that lease or to move out. So once you start getting multiple properties, these admin tasks associated with each property can really start to add up if you're not utilizing a system like this. What can also add up is all the maintenance requests and tracking the condition of each property. What a property management software like Cozy does is it allows you to give a link to a portal for your tenant so that they can submit work orders when issues come up at the properties. And then you can assign those work orders to the different handymen or contractors who are gonna handle that work. This allows you to track who's done what at each property, and it also allows you to upload checklists of things that need to be done on a regular basis and assign those to contractors as well. So things like cleaning out gutters or changing the furnace filter or doing fall cleanups. These are things that need to be done regularly. They're also super annoying to track. So having a property management software like this can be super beneficial. So hopefully this video helped clarify some of the main components involved in self-management so that you can identify if it makes sense for you, and also some of the tools that you could utilize to make it much easier and much more efficient. If you did get something out of this video, hit that like button and subscribe. And you can also join me in the Living Off Rentals Facebook group. I hope to see you there, but if not, I'll see you in the next video.